Hello, my name is Marielle. Welcome back to another one of my movie reviews. Do you remember the rules on how to survive a horror movie? Well, remember them, because everything is repeating. Since its release, the fifth installment of Scream has earned its fair share of criticism. Join me as we try to figure out who the killer is in my review of 2022's Scream. After the events that happened 25 years ago, Scream is a 2022 sequel. Another victim falls prey to a killer wearing a Ghostface mask. Targeting a group of teens, it's only a matter of time to solve the case until everyone is killed. Scream changed the slasher genre when it was first released in 1996. I haven't seen the sequels to Scream, but based on most of the clips I've seen and the premises, I assumed that I wouldn't miss much. I was mostly right. The fifth Scream felt more like a fan fiction of pop culture than an actual film. The cast of Scream contains characters who are either on the kill count, sport suspicious behavior, or notable characters who return to the legacy. They spend most of the film talking about theories and making fun of horror movie cliches. I was impressed with how some members of the cast studied subtle behaviors. Credits include Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Jack Wade, Mikey Madison, Dylan Minnette, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Marley Shelton, and some familiar surprises. I was overjoyed to see a cameo by Dead Meat, one of my favorite YouTube channels. Starting off the film, Jenna Ortega is fantastic. I was on the edge of my seat. Ortega is superb at expressing agony. I wish that she could have been the main character over Melissa Barrera. Barrera looked bored. None of her dialogue is convincing. The sibling dynamic was mostly for story purposes, and the whole scenario just fell flat to me. The revelation of Sam's past didn't feel necessary at all. Returning to their iconic roles, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette were great. Campbell deserved a much bigger role than what she was given. Campbell and Cox's roles felt like mere cameos, just uttering little sayings about how reminiscent everything is. Arquette was the only character given direction and had a reason to be in the story. This was the first Scream film without the direction of the late Wes Craven. Taking the reins as directors, Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette did too much with the nostalgic atmosphere. Both fans of the Scream franchise, they ran out of original ideas by the climax. The ending was a copy of the original. The second half of the film was the most original portion that felt like a story. There are too many references to the original Scream and other pop culture horror films. That's what it became. Writers had guts for one crucial element. I gasped at said event, and I was also sad. Every second, I was guessing who the killer could have been. In some instances, I was right. Audiences are kept guessing until the last minute. The true ending was kept a secret from the cast during production. In the end, the climax was a tad overdone, unless that was on purpose. Fair warning, Scream has an extreme amount of bloody violence. Filmmakers did an effective job with the suspense. Maybe overdone in some parts, but I had a fun time seeing Scream in theaters. If you are a fan of the Scream franchise, I wouldn't skip out on this film. I had a different opinion since I haven't seen the rest of the Scream films. The jump scares are effective, and it is suspenseful. See it in theaters or on any streaming service. Thanks for catching my review of Scream. What was your opinion on the fifth installment? Would you have written it differently? Speaking of writing, for my next review, I'll be talking about a film that's center focus is on writing. Be on the lookout for my review of The Rewrite. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel or to my Patreon. My name is Marielle, and this has been another one of my movie reviews.